Do not adjust your sets. You are in the middle of a bow. Take over, baby, on Locked On Bulls. We are talking about the 2010 Chicago Bulls. Zach LaVine being awesome, DeMar DeRozan being incredible. Us with my main man C-Dub on a brand new Locked On Bow. Let's go.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily podcast on the Chicago Bulls, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Here are your hosts, Matt Peck and Big Dave Watson.
What up? What is going, y'all? Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. This is Locked On Bulls. Thank you for making us your first choice for everything Bulls, baby. I am hosted today. I am Big Dave, and sitting in for my main man, Matt Peck, is my other main man from BAWL on Bulls. That is Chris, aka C-Dub. What is up, bro?
What's up, man?
Thank you for doing this, man. Thank you for being here. When Matt told me he couldn't make it today, I knew just who I had to call, and when they weren't available, you were my 18th call. So I appreciate you coming on, man.
I totally expect that at all. I was wondering, like, man, was that number 2, 3, 4 on the list? I'm like, they've got a lot of friends. Like, they're probably like number 20, top 20, right? Top 20.
Top 20. Oh, no doubt. Top 20.
No doubt. Okay.
You were 18th. Top 20.
Okay.
No doubt. You were in the top 20, man. So I appreciate you being the 18th call and decided to come on here today, y'all.
Who are the other two? I wonder, like that.
Well, the other 17, you mean? Like,
well,
you know, it was a lot. You know, like you said, I got a lot of friends. Probably the guy. But no, he was my first call and my only call, and I appreciate him being on here, man, because we do our podcast Locked On Bulls together that you can check out. But we will get into that later. Right now, we want to discuss the 2010 Chicago Bulls, who put a thorough whooping on those Indiana Pacers, baby, and it felt good coming out of protocols to actually watch and see and enjoy that. And the main thing we took away from that, Chris, the main thing I want to talk about, main thing I want to discuss here, Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine came into that game after coming off of protocols, you know, going through what he went through for a second time, going through COVID, came in and just looked like I shouldn't say a new player, just looked like more of a comfortable Zach LaVine. It looked like an easy 32 for Zach. Like he was taking those tough shots because, you know, he's probably the best tough shot maker in the league. But every time he took one, I just was like, this is going in. And it did. It just looked great for him.
Yeah, thank goodness Zach LaVine didn't get like really sick from COVID.
Yeah.
So number one, thank you for that. But man, Zach makes it fun watching the Bulls, man. Just him and even DeRozan, man. Like I get up in the morning on Bulls days when the Bulls got to play like today. It's like an event for me. I got to plan out like what I'm going to drink with beer, pizza, tacos, French fries, Wingstop. I don't know, but man, with Zach. He looked more bouncy, and he made it that, of course, rested the legs, you know, would benefit him. It did benefit him a lot. But he looked way more bouncy, way more confident, way more, I guess, crisp. And I'm surprised that he seemed to fit in more seamlessly with the offense right away. It didn't like he need any kind of like warm up at all, man. But shout out to him, man. You know, he's a basketball fiend. He say he's worked out a ton, push ups. I'm pretty sure like when the Bulls were playing, he was pretending like he was playing the basketball game with a dirt hoop. Running fast breaks and dunking on people, so I'm pretty sure he was doing that too as well. But shout out to it's just great to know that we have like a player like LaVine who's like not only great athletically, but great mentally on the floor, could play, and he was obsessed about basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like we know there are players in the league that don't seem to be obsessed about basketball. He is, and the fact that he came in polished like that shows me that he thinks this team is good, and that the team can be better than what they are right now. And so he sees big things, you know, with the Bulls, and the future is bright going forward in the season. And he doesn't want to waste any time at home now playing basketball and not winning. And this is an opportunity for him to win with a good team. So, like, he's dedicated, man.
Yeah, and it showed. You're absolutely right. Because even with Billy Donovan out in protocols, Lonzo Ball, Tony Bradley, and others just out in protocols, Alfonso McKinney, you know, dealing with what he's dealing with. Caruso didn't play. Derrick Jones Jr. was out as well. Like, they had a lot of people out. But Zach LaVine was the one who carried the Bulls because usually it's been DeMar DeRozan who's been that one to carry those Bulls in that fourth quarter. And kudos to DeMar DeRozan, because he definitely told that Bulls coaching staff in that fourth quarter, hey, it's Zach game. All right. You let Zach do what he do. 32 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, steal, a block, 12 of 18 shooting, and 5 of 9 from the 3-point line. It was so vicious and efficient. And he did it in a myriad of ways, Chris. You saw it. You saw it from the outside. You saw it from the inside. He was all over the spectrum when he was balling against the Pacers.
It's always smooth and efficient with Zach LaVine mainly. Something I saw today he did once, which, of course, I've been begging for him to do for years. It's like be confident in the post-up fadeaway.
Yeah.
He did it once this game. Didn't hesitate. Didn't look uncomfortable at all. Just back to the basket. Took his time. Faded away to the left. Knocked it down. Oh, if I can see that more often in this game, then you can start running offense to the post, through him from the post. Maybe that's next year. But if he gets that, man, when you start running plays for him to post up and you running plays for him in the post, he's confident and fading left and right. He's not uncomfortable like he's been the last couple of years shooting that fadeaway jump shot.
Yeah.
Man, sky's the limit with Zach. It just, even with Zach, you always see like potential. Like he could even be better than what he is. He still has some of those weird turnovers, like Zach turnovers where he's fast, run fast with a spot on the floor. Like how they was like, I know what you're trying to get to, bro. And he ripped them up.
Yeah.
But DeRozan, it's amazing watching him and DeRozan do that. Like DeRozan is, of course, a little more polished than Zach offensively and knowing his game. So he could always get to a spot. He's more patient with it. With Zach, sometimes he gets wide-eyed and you can tell he kind of rushes to get to a spot, get a shot off. But minus those little blemishes with the turnovers, you can't have a perfect game, right?
No,
32 points. So
yeah. But you saw like him having those turnovers just reminds you of how important Lonzo Ball is, right?
Yes.
Like it just reminds you how important it is to have him on the court. And why Zach LaVine, we never wanted him really handling the ball.
No.
We talked about it a lot on our podcast, how we didn't want a few years ago. We were like, we don't want him handling the ball. We just want him to score. It seems to be like what he does well, what he does the best. And it showed yesterday for sure, because the turnovers they had were simple ones. It wasn't like they were doing, complex traps or anything like that on him. They were just simple. Oh, he's got the ball. We're going to double team him. And he would turn it over. Or the pass wasn't strong enough that he was trying to get outside.
Yeah, you saw that a bit mishandle too from Coby White trying to handle the ball too as well and run the offense. So he threw the ball away a couple of times. And so it just shows you the value of a guy who actually dribble the ball and like get our offense started. And so so you saw Caruso and definitely Ball missed. Yesterday.
Definitely. Yeah, and let's touch on DeMar DeRozan real quick. Because you saw what DeMar brings. Like, this was the first time we've seen in a long time where he was the 1B. And it fit right in. Like, it was just normal at that shot, too. He didn't have the shot like he normally has as far as the percentage is concerned. I believe he was 9 of 20 shooting. But he had 24 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. So he was off, and he hit his only 3-pointer, but he only got to the foul line 7 times. You saw him mad and complaining about not getting those free throws in. But still, in fact, he was playing 1B, but he did it seamlessly.
It played 1B. It might be one of those games back in the day, where to go back to Michael Scotty. Would Scotty have a 30-point game?
Yeah.
And when the games when Scotty take over the game, like, oh, okay, yeah, that's Scotty. He's doing this game, right? And then Jordan be like 25 points, like, okay, Pippen had his thing. That's what it felt like. I thought I would see more of these moments with Zach, having DeMar come over, I thought Zach would be 1A. I thought he should be 1A, right? But he's definitely been 1B. And I thought we'll see one of these moments where he would carry the team more in the fourth than DeRozan's been the opposite, which is, I don't care. Like me, Zach doesn't care, apparently. He just wants to win, which is awesome because, like, how often you don't see many athletes, especially NBA athletes, openly be like, I don't care, man. I just want to win the game. DeMar's hot. I don't care. 50 points. So yeah, it's such a pleasure to watch this Bulls this year, man.
Yeah, but even with what you're right, and even in what you just said, there are players who say that, but then do something else. You know what I'm saying? But he's showing improving. You know what I'm saying? His actions are speaking louder than his words, and you can see that chemistry that developed because they did not care. There was one play to what you just said. There was one play I saw where they were running down the floor together, and I saw Zach open. You know what I'm saying, on the side. And I was like waiting for the pass, and he didn't pass it to him. He just took it all the way to the cup, and he got fouled, and he fell on the ground. The first person to run over there and pick him up was Zach LaVine, and they talked and laughed and high-fived each other and went on about that day. And I was like, that is exactly a great snapshot of what they are and what they've been to each other and this team this season. Unselfish, don't care who gets it, is encouraging of who's got it going on, and just wants to win. They're showing it, Chris. They're not just saying it.
Well, it was on NBA TV, correct?
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it was. I just wonder, like, you're playing against the Bulls and Zach LaVine and DeRozan are both hot. Like, how's that? That must feel like DeMar. I mean, like, he might have been announcers, but like, how are you supposed to stop two shooting guards who's 6'6", shooting fadeaway jump shots and 3-point shots? Like, you must feel like, you know, you can't do it. You must feel helpless as a team or as a fan with the two guys that's hot. And it's like Zach shooting the back a fadeaway 3 in the corner. He's just like, you're not going to win the game. It's certain shots you see the two make during the game, especially in the fourth quarter, where you know, like, we ain't going to win this game, man. Ain't going to happen.
You know what's great, Chris? Like, they're two ISO ball players, and they're still team first, and that's very rare to have on the team. Let me stop here. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation that we've been having. We're also going to get into our guy Nikola Vucevic, who got down once again for the Chicago Bulls, and we'll touch on maybe a little Coby White for y'all as well. Maybe Coby White in the starting lineup. Is everybody coming around? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But first, before we do that, let's pay these bills. And speaking of bills, there's only one place you need to go, y'all, and that is TrueBill. Why do you need to go to TrueBill? Because they help you identify and stop paying for subscriptions that you don't need, you don't want, or you simply forgot about. You know them 2-week trials that you had, and you were just hanging out, and then you went and did stuff for the Christmas holiday, getting ready for New Year's, and you forgot to go ahead and cut off that free subscription. TrueBill will take care of that for you. On an average, people save up to $720 a year. I don't care who you are. If you're making millions or you're making thousands, saving money is saving money, baby. And the TrueBill concierge is there when you need them to cancel that unwanted subscription so you don't have to. So don't fall for the subscription scams, y'all. Start canceling all them things today at TrueBill.com/LockedOnNBA. Right now, go there to TrueBill.com/LockedOnNBA. It could save you thousands a year. That is TrueBill.com/LockedOnNBA. Thank y'all for tuning in and staying with us on Ball on Bulls. I am Big Dave. That's my man, Chris, a.k.a. C-Dub. You can check out our podcast, BAWL on Bulls, on ballsports.com and any platform that you're listening to podcasts, along with this awesome one right here. Let's continue with this conversation we were having. We're talking about, let's switch to Nikola Vucevic. I want to get into Vuce for a little bit, man, because I have had a great time coming on here yelling and screaming about Nikola Vucevic and how Bulls fans need to chill because they were trying to trade him when the season started. And I kept telling them to relax. Matt and me kept saying it, just chill, relax. You're going to need this dude. He is important to your team. It's called a slump. He's never been through it before. He doesn't know what it feels like. This is what it looks like. And even during a slump, he's still giving you 15 and 10. So if that's a slump, that's a hell of a slump. All right. So the Bulls fans, they wanted out of here. He's not going to be the one. Or he's not throwing it. I don't know. The Bulls fans, I don't know about this Vuce guy. He can't do it. And all this madness. Vucevic yesterday, Dub, had an awesome game, in my opinion, man. He played 16 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocked shots. He was filling up the stat sheet, looking awesome out there.
Yeah, it was fun. I watched the game with my brother, right? And he likes Vuce. Of course, I like Vuce. I'm comfortable with Vuce. Give him time. And I was watching him go up against DeMar. So my brother and I were making these fantasy trades. You do, Christmas time, holiday. You get food on you. You just talk about these crazy trades. And
is that what y'all do at the table? That's how y'all roll?
Yeah, after you eat, the game's on TV. And like, but no, he was saying like he likes Sabonis a little bit, DeMontis. Not that he didn't like Vuce, but it's amazing. Like you watch them play, the pluses and minuses from both, right? What you get for Sabonis versus you get for Vuce. I think just watch Vuce. He just a more, I guess, all around player, right? When you see him play, when you see him score and gets fill the stat sheets up so effortlessly, you're kind of astonished, right? Because you think he had a bad game, but he has 15 points and his ability to like spread the floor and give like Green cutting lanes to go to the basket. Like Green has some shots, Tony has some shots going to the basket because Vooch pulls out the defense. And so they're cutting lanes to cut to. And since Vooch is a good passer, as we know, he can shoot 3, or he could dish it or swing it around, dish it to a guy who cuts. So just him being on the floor and being able to spread the floor, either a 3 or a D2, saying for jump shot, just adds another dimension to the Bulls offense that you won't get with some other players who can't extend the defense out and run pick and roll with Zach. And shout out to Zach too. Zach, those pocket passes and whatnot, he's gotten better at them. And I appreciate the fact that he's really trying to get Vuce involved early in the game. As you right away, the pick and roll's coming, he's gonna bounce it to him and get that 50-foot jump shot. And it's I appreciate that. We all know the days of Bill Cartwright, Luke Longley on the Bulls, get them the first couple buckets, get them hot. Right. But Vuce is better than them. But it's good to see him get shots up because Orlando, he's used to getting shots up. He's not used to not taking a lot of shots. So getting involved, engaged in the game early on, really helps the offense. I thought they got away from him later in the game. He didn't play a lot. They rolled with that second unit a little bit with DeMar quite some time. They were pretty good on the floor. But yeah, I'm all in on Vuce, man. No, because I want him here. Because I told him to trade for him. Man, come on now.
You did. He did call it on our show. That's like before it even happened. Before anybody was in talk about it, he called it on the show. But since he didn't tweet it out, it didn't count.
But hold on, aren't you worth a tweet? Aren't you worth a tweet? You're Big Dave. Aren't you worth a tweet? I told you. How many tweets are you worth?
What does that look like? Me tweeting out your words. Those are your words.
I told you though. You're my co-sign on this. I told you.
Did I not just co-sign you? Did I not just say it? I just co-sign.
It's an audio on the podcast. Like 3 shows.
Yes. You all go back and check it out and look for it. All right. Go find it. But as you've mentioned, Sabonis, 14 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists. But he was 5 of 17 shooting. Mm-hmm. He had a tough night. He missed several layups at the bucket when he played yesterday. But I think you're right, Chris. When you're talking about those guys in comparison, the difference here, and not to say Sabonis isn't amazing, because he is. He's awesome. Great basketball player. But you know where it stops. There's a limit where it stops. You're like, you can't do this, and you can't do this. And that's exactly where I have to try to hold you to. With Vuce, it's not like that. You know what I mean? What inside, outside, 3-point shot, and he's an excellent, passer on top of that. He's just a great basketball player. You mentioned the Zach LaVine pocket passing. They kind of were doing that last year. You saw that, becoming a part of their thing last year when they got comfortable with each other. So he's a safety blanket, you know what I'm saying, for Zach, which is why I love Vuce so much. He's a safety blanket basically for that whole offense. When things are going wrong and anything's up, you can just throw it down in the post or wherever Vuce is and say, hey, man, go to work. Because even if you want to run your offense through him to where he's the one passing and, setting up everything, you can do that as well. There's so many options you have with Nikola Vucevic. And that's what I don't want Bulls fans to lose sight of. So if he's struggling scoring, he's not going to be struggling rebounding. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be struggling, with his passing. There are other facets of his game that are going to be important to this basketball team to help them win. And that's the other thing. They were still winning. You know what I'm saying? They were still having wins with this.
Yeah, this is a long season. It's not like these are the playoffs, man. You got plenty of games left for him to get better and to eat, because it's not like there's a lot of centers out there that he's going to bang against. So he's going to feed on a lot of short lineups and whatnot, and get his hook shot going, get his little game on the basket going a little more. But definitely you can see it. He just looks more, even in the Indiana game, we watched him shoot the ball. It was a little more. It wasn't that. It didn't sight. It was more like a rhythm kind of shot you had, right? It didn't seem he wasn't hesitant. He wasn't apprehensive at all about shooting the shot. Even though sometimes they go in, you kind of feel like his confidence is there now. He expects the shot to go in. Yeah. So of course, I definitely don't see him playing any worse. He is now. I see him just playing as he is and getting better as the season goes along.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because a guy averaging 20 and 10 his whole career is just not going to lose it. You know what I'm saying? In 1 year, as far as that is concerned, we know he's on the back end of 30, like he's going down that path right there. But he's still, as you can watch and see, he's still an incredible, great basketball player, man. And he's going to have those games, guys, where he's going to struggle, where the shots aren't going to miss. But this is what I kept telling people, Chris. You saw the shots he were missing were shots that were normal shots.
Right, they wasn't forcing anything. He got the shot he wanted.
You're right, exactly. Exactly. He was getting right where he wanted. He was getting every shot that he wanted. They just weren't falling, which is why, Chris and I and Matt, we weren't panicking over any of this. We were like, okay, He'll be fine. They'll start going down and they'll start falling. And you're starting to see that happen. And also, real quick, shout out to Javonte Green as well, who had a great game also, man. A lot of more Bulls fans. I know a lot of Bulls fans, especially I got C Red Fred, are not fans of Javonte Green.
What?
Man. He's making them fans every day.
Oh, my goodness.
How Fred go. Fred got to get one, baby. Fred got to get one. We're going to take our final break here, man. When we come back, we're going to talk about Coby White, because he has also been a divisive topic in Bulls Nation, man. I want to hear C-Dub's thoughts on Coby White and his game as he sees it going forward and how he played against those Pacers. But first, let me tell y'all about that thing that y'all love, because you know I love talking about it, and they're called Built Bars. I'm going to get C-Dub some of these Built Bars, y'all, all right? Because it's a new year. And that's my New Year's resolution, is to get Dub some Built Bars. And why should he get some Built Bars? I'm going to tell you why. Because 1, they're 100% real chocolate. 2, they're 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, 17 grams of protein. All right. So everything that you're going to need, delicious and healthy. The 2 things you're going to need, man. And you need it all the time. And that's what? I'm going to ship it to him. I'm going to get Zach Guilford some also. I'm going to get Matt Peck some more. And also, they got a flavor of the month every single month. You could go right to built.com and find out exactly what you are going to enjoy. So many flavors, Chris. So many. Coconut almond, peanut butter brownie, raspberry, cookies and cream, salted caramel, mint brownie. So many, dude. And I know you like one of them, brother. I know you want to get down. You see him salivating. He want to get down. This is how you get down. You go to built.com. You use that promo code LOCKED15, and you will get 15% off of your order. That is LOCKED15. That is the promo code. Make sure you write that down. LOCKED15 gets you 15% off of your order at built.com. Built Bar. C-Dub gonna want some. All right, y'all. Locked on Bulls, or as I call it, locked on BAWL, because I got my man Chris, aka C-Dub, with me. I am Big Dave, man. Chris, I want to talk to you about Coby White, because you and I haven't done a pod in a few weeks. We're doing one this week, by the way, guys. But I want to talk to you about Coby White and what you've seen from him. Coming back in this game against the Pacers, he was the guy who was starting. He was starting at the point guard position because of Alonzo Ball being in protocols. Coby White, numbers-wise, didn't have a great game. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 0 of 4 shooting from the 3, 3 of 10 shooting from the field. But he played 33 minutes. And what's interesting to me, and I don't know how it felt to you, but watching that game, I keep saying to people, I watch Coby White's game within the game now. As before, I used to just watch him scoring, and I'm like, oh, if he's not scoring, there's no value he can bring anymore. It feels like that's changed when I watch his game now, because now I think he's solid defensively. Now I think he doesn't do crazy things, you know what I'm saying, with the basketball anymore. He had 2 turnovers, I believe, whereas Coby usually would have 5. In 33 minutes, by the way, he had 2 turnovers, which is impressive to me. And his defense, I thought, has gotten better as well. So it feels like he's not a liability to me as much as he was during his rookie season and even in his second year. So what is your feelings of Coby White? What have you seen, and what did you like or dislike about his game last night? Well,
you know, Coby White, I think anything you said is true about his defense. I watched him try to work over screens. You know, he really puts an effort. And I try to watch how he swivels his head, trying to find his man when he need to switch or rotate. So he's out there trying to play defense. I think he has improved defensively in the game. What it's funny, what I know about Coby White is that I think sometimes, let me mention he had 8 points. He is so good at catch and shoot. I don't know the percentages. You might know the percentage offhand, what his percentage is when he catches and shoot. But I think when he gets in trouble, and sometimes not his fault, right? Is that when he has to create constantly off the dribble and get shots up, he doesn't make good shots. Zach and DeRozan can make difficult shots. If you're his height, you gotta be like an AI or somebody or Morant to make those shots all the time. And so sometimes when he's forced to create off the dribble, or when he goes and tries to create off the dribble, off the bounce, that's when he gets to the trouble. That's when his shooting percentage drops. Like last game, I didn't see him get a lot of catch and shoots, you know, and I think that's where he needs to be more focused on, especially early in the game, maybe to get his confidence up And then, but as far as like create off the dribble, trying to go to the paint all the time, it doesn't always work out well. He get hot. I mean, like anybody, he get hot. But that's why I know I'm like, catch and shoot first. Catch and shoot. And then maybe from there, try to go one-on-one or whatever, or create offense for yourself. But definitely, I like Coby. It's funny. I was wondering. I was like, in that Indiana game, I'm like, I wouldn't mind AO started as a point guard. Like if AO started, like I said, I'm not Coby. You know, Coby can come off the bench, whatever, play the same amount of minutes. But I was like, as a point guard, like, I think I like AO. But it's interesting. Ayo, I was coming Ayo. But I do wonder, like, but because they don't start him. I wonder if that's because, well, obviously Coby's the season the better player right now.
Right. Correct.
But as far as like, because when Ayo comes in the game, it's just a more cohesiveness with the offense. You know, defensively, there's more there's something there when he's in the game versus Coby in the game. But then again, he's on the bench. He doesn't play as many minutes, so obviously you don't see the full effect of somebody playing a lot more minutes. And it being a starting lineup is totally different to come off the bench. So I get that. But I definitely want to see Coby to score a lot of points, play better, get your shots. Some games it's like he doesn't get shots he wants. He's forced to take shots he doesn't want to take. So I definitely, hopefully more. Maybe maybe Lonzo's gone. They get him more catch and shoots in the corner or whatnot instead of having to create so much of a dribble. But I found Coby in the starting lineup. I have no issues with that. It's not a big argument with me having him in the starting lineup.
Here's the thing, Chris. I really don't disagree with you as far as what you're saying about Ayo starting. And let me say this, Ayo, I'm sure we'll have no problem starting. We've seen him in the starting lineup, and everything just flowed seamlessly. It was great to watch it. But the reason I don't disagree with you is for the reasons I keep saying why I like Coby White is because Coby White can score. Coby White comes in and he scores. That's what he does. And we both feel, as Matt also feels, he's better coming off the bench. We feel he has a better comfort level coming off of the bench and being that scorer that the Bulls need. In the starting lineup, I'm not saying they don't need him to score. Of course, you need somebody to score. If he's got 30 to score, of course, you roll with that. But in this starting lineup, he's be more of a facilitator, and more of a guy who's getting other guys involved and things like that. I thought he did a solid job of that, but I think that also kind of hurt his scoring and what I think he does best, you know what I'm saying, which is put the ball into the basket. Ayo, you're right, Chris. Like, I'd like him he just won the Bob Cousy Award in college for being the best point guard in the nation. So, yeah, he can play point guard. We know that. And the other thing is, I would ride that, well, he's a rookie. You know what I mean? Like, it's his first year, I have not seen him be rattled by anything, you know what I'm saying, that has happened so far. So putting him in the starting lineup as a point guard, I don't think will rattle him. Now, I can understand the apprehension because, Chris, point guard is my favorite position. It's the one I love. I love it. It's my favorite position. It's like the quarterback. Putting in a rookie quarterback, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Even no matter what they've shown, you just don't know. But Ayo, man, he feels like he's different. Like he would know exactly how to get everybody involved and facilitate. Because even coming off the bench, I thought he had a really, really good game. He had 6 points, but I thought he had a really good game as far as within the flow of the offense and the defense.
Yeah, I watched the game. My first thought was like, they don't want to start Ayo because they don't want to hurt Coby White's feelings.
Wow.
That's how I watched the game. As I watched the game, then I'm like, well,
he was the obvious choice.
No, but I'm like, Kobe's a better player though, Chris. That's what I'm saying. Like, why you're saying that, because like starting is different, right? He's starting for a reason. The coaches are stupid. Like, if they thought I was better, they would start him, right? At the point, well, obviously Coby is, but I watched it because I just see like, but if you want him today, if you want him to start lineup, then do what are you saying? Then you're saying, I don't mind. I don't know if that's just a better player or if maybe it's a better fit, but like. I was more of a true point guard, and it seems like I don't know. When he's on the floor, things just sort of like balance out better. I don't know, but you may see Ayo get in trouble when you go, oh, okay, now he has to create something off the dribble. You're like, okay, that's why he's not starting because Coby could do his thing, right? So there's a reason why I'm not dumb. There's a reason why Kobe's
right, of course, right. We know it's the reason, but I'm not against what you're saying.
I think he'll win either way, though. That's the thing about it. I think he'll win either way, right? It's not like You're gonna lose if you put Kobe.
Right.
It's gonna bruise his ego, right? So Dotson's already getting bruised by this dude coming in, taking the spot. Dotson's gone, and then like he's gonna take Kobe's spot too.
I don't know. I don't think this team thinks that way. From what I've seen, you know what I'm saying, and how they play. It doesn't feel like they think that way. How I have those kind of egos about certain things in certain situations. If that's the case, Kobe would have felt some kind of way even when he came back and Ayo was getting ticked, you know, and things like that. But it just seems like it's not. It seems like these guys are committed to each other. And Coby White has always been an incredible teammate. You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest thing about Coby White when he got in the league was how excited he was for his North Carolina teammate being drafted by Phoenix. All right, the man is all about team. Yeah. He's all about team. So I don't think this will bother him. I hear what you're saying, though. Like, I'm not saying what you're saying is incorrect because we've seen plenty of cases about it. And that's how guys usually think when a younger guy comes in. I don't care what industry you're in. And a young guy comes in and takes your position, you feel that some kind of way. But I think Coby White isn't like that, man. I think he's about winning. And I think Ayo is about winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's best for this team? And I think you're right. Like, Ayo is a better point guard. You know what I'm saying? As far as facilitating and, you know, knowing where guys need to be and getting them involved. Coby White has grown, you know what I'm saying, into those kind of things. He wasn't that coming in, but I think he's done a good job growing into that, slowing the ball down. You see him slow the ball down now, right? He slows it down, runs the offense much better. That isn't just trying to go 1-on-4 like we saw him do a lot of times and things like that. So, yeah, I'm not, again, this is first world problems because neither one of them hurts your chances, you know what I'm saying, of winning. You're still a really excellent basketball team out there, even if you have Kobe or even if you have Ayo. Before we get out of here, man, one more real quick thing. Since we talked about Ayo, that bench, I got to give them credit, man. Troy Brown, your boy, Troy Brown Jr., Tyler Cook, and even the great legendary Matt Thomas, they all got out there and they played solid minutes. You know what I'm saying? All of them played, Troy Brown played 19 minutes, Matt Thomas 19, Tyler Cook about 15. But they all contributed out there. Nothing looked out of place or out of order when they got out there.
Yeah, Cook especially looked like he belonged right away, right? He's like, I'm pushing you up with the hook shot. Like, duh.
Yeah, that hook. Yeah, right.
Like, why would I do that? I'm like,
right. Okay. All right, Tyler. All right, that's all.
The hook shot. Go right ahead.
We got to do a hook. Yeah, that's what we got to be. So we got a hook. But yeah. Those guys look great out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely sounded a good team when, you know, your bench players come in, maybe with a starter two in the lineup, and they do their thing, and they don't miss a beat. And yeah, man, it's a fun. It's no drop off. No drop off of watching them on offense or defense. It's fun watching this team on both sides of the floor, whether it's a bench or the starting lineup, because I get to see, you know, Ayo, you know, do his things. I'm a big fan of his, and and it's just, I don't know, man. It's a good team, man. I love it.
20-10 was my mark, Chris. It was something about getting to 20-10 that I really wanted, and it just makes it feel that they're 10 games
top 6 record in the NBA. Top six
record, man. Haven't been this in about 6 years, I believe. It's been since they've been a 20-10 team.
Yeah,
it's been a long time, man.
Two big round numbers. You know what? It's funny. I'm looking at the team. I just told you for topic, but just some food for thought. You know, I'm looking at the salaries for these teams in the top 10. I'll say top 5, they're all above 130, 140. We are with our salary for the Bulls is like 135 is what the average change. So this tells you winners pay like 150 to 175. This equals Bulls are making a move because you're not going to win with $135,000 on the court. There's a couple of teams that have 135 and 90. That's because Phoenix, because Mikal was playing above his salary. He just got paid $20 million. So they're 150 now. Phoenix is. There's another team. I think that's kind of 135, but that's it. Otherwise, you just amongst the average.
Yeah.
A tourist and ever see a that average. If they want to win, they got to get 160 and above. 150. They got to do it. So they ain't gonna win with this current roster. It's not gonna happen, my friend. You gotta pay somebody.
Why you come in here stomping on dreams, man? What is wrong with you? We ain't stomping on no dreams right now. We're 20-10 and we happy right now.
No, I'm happy. No, that's what I'm saying. No, that's my point. We're good. But let's go for it, baby. Let's
all right, let me worry about now. Let me tell you, got worry about right now. Is that okay? Can y'all be excited with 20 and 10?
Be excited that your team is in position to give one key guy to win the championship. And I said food for thought.
Get out of here with that logic, okay? We ain't got time for that. Thank y'all for checking us out. Thank y'all for enjoying the show. That is my man Chris, aka C-Dub. And you know what? You can check out our podcast, BAWL on Bulls. You can check it out on our website, ballsports.com. Follow us on Twitter follow me at Ball Sports. You can follow Chris at Ball Sports 1 whenever he decides to get on there and wants to make a move to get on there. You can go ahead and get on there and check it out, man. But we will be back. We will be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, with a brand new episode talking more of the Chicago Bulls who play the Atlanta Hawks on NBA TV tonight. So enjoy that game. Hopefully the Bulls get this win. The Hawks are definitely going through protocols and things like that with players, man. So hopefully the Bulls get this win, and we will be all right moving forward. Chris, thanks for coming on doing this with me, man. I appreciate you, brother.
No, thanks for the invite. It's a big shoes to fill with Matt, but he's 6'2", I'm 5'7". So it's easy slipping him. I got him. You can have him back.
You can have him back. Yes, sir. I got that. That's my man, Chris, a.k.a. C-Dub. I am Big Dave. Thank y'all for checking out Locked On Bulls, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your day. We out. Peace.